Max and I are here with you today to do a practice on self-compassion. It's a practice by Kristin Neff called the 3 Elements of Self-Compassion. I want to make it clear that I'm not an expert on Kristin Neff's technique, but I really appreciate this practice and I'm sharing with you my interpretation of it. So take a moment to get into a comfortable position. You can be seated or lying down, whatever works for you. You can pause the video while you're getting settled. So Neff's 3 elements of self-compassion are mindfulness, common humanity, and kindness. So assuming that you're in a comfortable position now, take a moment to settle in, close the eyes, and just drop into connecting with your breath. Just let yourself be soothed by the sound and the rhythm of your breath. And keeping the eyes closed throughout the whole practice. The first element we're going to focus on is mindfulness. So you want to just take this moment to notice, acknowledge, and accept that you are in a moment of suffering. Whatever that might look like for you. So for some of us right now, it's the sufferings that is related to the pandemic, the isolation. For others of you, it might have nothing to do with what's going on in the world, but it's something personal. Maybe you're dealing with physical pain, an emotional pain, or a psychological pain. So whatever you're choosing to focus on today, use it as your focus for the entire practice. So for the mindfulness piece, again, you're just going to notice, acknowledge, and accept that you're in a moment of suffering. And then around that suffering, we're going to perform a brief kosha scan. I won't go into the koshas here. You can look it up after if you're not familiar with it, but I'll talk you through each level. So as you're thinking about your suffering, take a moment to just notice what thoughts and feelings might come up. Just be aware of them. Usually when we put our focus on something that hurts us, we do have certain feelings or emotions that might come up, but when life is really busy, we don't always pay attention to what they are. So this mindfulness piece, just notice, without any judgment, without trying to fix it or change it, notice what thoughts and feelings come to mind. And then pay attention to your breath. When you think of what's making you suffer right now, does your breath change? Does it become faster or slower? Does it become deeper or more shallow? Does the rhythm change? Don't try to fix it in this moment. Just simply notice. We're just trying to become aware of what the body does. And then notice the general state of your body. Typically when we think of something painful, whether that's physical or emotional pain, often parts of the body will tense up. So just do a brief scan of your body right now and notice, first of all, did anything tense up? And if so, which parts of you? Did your hands clench? Did your toes curl? Did you squeeze your butt muscles? Did you tighten up the core? Did you hold your breath? Did you clench your jaw? Did you frown? In this moment, we're not trying to fix it. You're just trying to notice what strategies does your body use when you're thinking about something painful. Next, you're going to take a look at your overall energetic state. So when you have this issue in your mind, does it make you feel heavy and tired? Or does it make you feel light and lifted? Or somewhere in between? Just notice. And then lastly, as you're thinking of this issue, just try connecting to your inner self, your spirit body. And if you haven't heard those terms before, I'd like you to try to not intellectualize them. Try to get out of your cognitive mind and just when I say those words, connecting to your inner self or connecting to your true spirit, what comes up organically? And if nothing comes up, that is fine. If something comes up, simply notice it. The second element is common humanity. And I don't think there's ever been a time, in my lifetime anyways, where there's such a feeling of common humanity. So you want to take this moment to recognize that other people are sharing a similar experience to yours. There's no one who's going to be suffering in exactly the same way as you. We all have our individual journeys that we're living, but someone's gone through something similar at some point, and someone is going through something similar right now. So recognize that you're not alone in this, and take a moment to feel how that changes things for you, to recognize that you're not alone in this. And then in an effort to create a greater sense of belonging and a capacity to send love out to everyone and to bring a feeling of harmonious connection to all of humanity, we're going to repeat a mantra together 3 times, either silently or out loud. In English, this mantra means, may the whole world attain peace and harmony. We're going to do it in Sanskrit. And in Sanskrit, it's as follows. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. So we're going to chant that. Feel free to just listen or to partake out loud or in silence. So take a nice breath in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And just fall back into your regular breath and let that resonate for a moment. The last step is kindness. So take this moment to extend kindness towards yourself. We tend to be very good at extending kindness to the people we care about, to an animal we run into, and often even a stranger on the street. But for whatever reason, we find it really challenging to extend that kindness to ourselves. So this is the time. Extend that kindness towards yourself. If your eyes are closed, open them for a moment. We're going to do a mudra called the Karuna Mudra. So with your left hand, you're going to cup the left hand and you're going to turn it towards your heart. With your right hand, you're going to cup it as well, and all of the fingers will contact the palm of your left hand. All of that is directed towards your heart. So go ahead and close the eyes again. On your inhales, you want to send your breath and use the breath to soften all parts of the heart. The front, the sides, the back, and the whole inside of the heart, the whole volume of the heart. So use your inhales to soften. And on your exhales, picture everything in and around the heart just melting. Inhale, use the breath to fill and soften every aspect of the heart. On your exhales, just picture everything in and around the heart softening, melting away. One more breath like that. Keeping the eyes closed and keeping that same mudra with your hands, you can either listen or join in. As I repeat, this is a moment of suffering. Suffering is a natural part of life. May I be kind to myself in this moment, and may I give myself the compassion that I need and deserve. I'll repeat that one more time. This is a moment of suffering. Suffering is a natural part of life. May I be kind to myself in this moment. May I give myself the compassion that I need and deserve. Keeping the eyes closed, release the hands onto your lap or whatever is comfortable for you and what position you've chosen. And let's finish with 3 full breaths. Nice full breath in. Nice full breath out. Twice more. One last breath. And then gently open the eyes into a soft gaze first, and then slowly allow the room to come into focus. We'll finish here. Please try to be as kind to yourself as you are to the people that you care about.